This week on Hermitcraft.
These should go really far. Yes.
They should.
Oh,
They
man.
should.
Actually gonna come up by you guys.
Welcome to the Hermitcraft Recap. My name is Pixel Riffs, our writer is LoyXP, and we never would have expected a single button to hold so much power over the server. On one end of the world, XP Crafted announces his build contest winner. On another, Ijevin dangles the tag in front of two of his server mates. But on top of the nether, Mumbo's waiting game has captivated a lot of eyeballs and changed a lot of skins. So many, in fact, that we can't promise to cover them all here. But we will ask you which one was your favourite. Let us know who wore it best in the comments, and we'll rendezvous on that topic in Doc M's portion of the script. In the meantime, let's take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week. Starting with TFC, who makes, in his own words, a shaky return to the server this week. We're delighted to see him back in our subscription feeds and looking forward to him making more videos, even if his connection to the server does seem to be a little inconsistent in his current situation.
This is the first time I've been able to log in here since before I had to go to the hospital and have part of my leg removed.
When he does get back to the server, oh boy does he have some stuff to catch up on. Take Mumbo, for example, who, when he's not creating the server's latest colourful obsession, has been doing a mammoth amount of work on his base. Perhaps inspired by his industrious neighbours, he fills in the 7 remaining towers around his octagon, but so many resources are needed that he has to bargain with Tango for some more iron blocks despite having an iron farm of his own.
And I gotta come to the master, right? I'm a redstone guy, but hey, where you going?
So that was my magic trick for today, apparently.
Once the button launches, he claims a purple belt for himself, steps back, and watches the server descend into madness. But more on that as today's show unfolds. For now, he's in need of some diamonds, since these experiments don't exactly pay the bills, so he decides to capitalise on the value of his appearance, and sells the opportunity to dress him up, which we think makes him the server's first action figure.
Which means that this is what I currently look like. And I must admit that the belt system is not doing me any favours.
Although if it's action heroes you want, look no further than Good Deeds Iskall Man, who has also put a phenomenal amount of work into building the next section of his tree canopy, and has been stuffing the root structure with his own chest monster's worth of shulker boxes, along with a spiral staircase to eventually reach the upper branches.
I'm really starting to like this from certain angles.
Iskall's good deeds are balanced out by shenanigans. He snatches a green belt from the button in front of a watchful Doc M and swaps out a bunch of Mumbo's base for a different type of wood just to see if he'll notice. But he also reaches out to make up for Etho's misunderstanding about the golden ticket from last week and restocks the Treasure Island shop with new prize-filled gems.
Again, these are super rare.
In their own attempt to establish dominance on the market, Keralis and Azoom have kicked their concrete shop into action without actually having a shop. While Azoom works on bringing his Lego-inspired storefront to being functional, the two start hustling the concrete out of llamas parked just beside it. Courtesy of Beef's The Spits, the well-dressed animals are waiting to be shift-clicked, even if their inventory space leaves little to be desired.
So this guy actually, you didn't get too lucky. He's only got 3 slots. I think it goes 3, 6, and 9. What the white one get? Oh, the white one has 9. Nice.
Okay. That is part of the plan I didn't anticipate.
Luckily, Keralis Construction is there to roll up actual cement mixers. To more easily transport their machinery around, he expands the shipping container docks to have a ship shipping shipping containers, as well as a whole lot of sea life and seawater in the hull, but that's okay. Archimedes and all that. Keralis did not, however, stop at the enormous cargo ship, and also built up the warehouses and garages, branding them with a logo of his own making, 2 eyes and his signature mouth, arranged in alphabetical order.
You might be, oh no, it's gonna be building again. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I like building, okay?
On a break from their business, or maybe even as a test of what he can do with the stuff, Azoom throws together a random box art project to hold their redstone concrete exploderator. It's a lovely exercise in contrast and abstract, as well as in winging it and getting results. Another business opportunity brings him back to the witch farm from last week. Encouraged by Stressmonster, he tweaks the killing mechanism to extort even more stuff from the full-damaged chemistry grannies, now bringing in health and fire resistance potions. These will be modified and resold at the Monster's Brew at a hefty discount for everyone named Azoom. These are but two of the many potions the shop will offer, as Stressmonster got a bunch of feedback from her fellow hermits about what she should stock, including one which just said milkshake.
I swear he doesn't need swiftness and leaping. I swear that's not actually a thing. And also, Scar has asked for a milkshake. That's actually hilarious.
Naturally, before she starts filling up all these soda streams, she'll need some kind of headquarters, so another area of her patch of the jungle gets the lawnmower treatment, a modular and chimnified brewery is built, and the area is renaturalized with her trademark flair for terraforming and affinity for alliums. The inside gets a concrete powder floor and a comprehensive to-brew list. Cubfan settles for a much simpler witch farm design. His one uses wither roses and a bit of player positioning to take out the fiends, and while it doesn't give him straight up potions, it is much easier to build. Plus I hear there's a shop for that somewhere. Now a bit of night vision could probably help with living in his record-breaking pyramid, which, yes, blocks off the sun entirely, and would cast quite the shadow were he to turn on shaders.
That is why they call it the Great Pyramid. Not the okay pyramid. Not the, it's okay pyramid. It's the Great Pyramid. Nice.
The sandstone super triangle, which was already a significant blip on the radar last week, can now surely be seen from space, along with the utterly confused Minecraft terrain surrounding it. Not to worry though, Cub has some people coming over to take care of that. They'll be here shortly, just gotta complete this gigantic sheep farm entirely on streams. Having auto-sheared every sheep in existence, Impulse and Tango pick up BdoubleO, as well as some new outfits, and arrive to deliver the loudest terraforming since Scar's last time-lapse.
Why?
Oh!
What happened? The TNT fell right on my head!
Oh my goodness!
Hey!
Are you alright?
Never fails.
I'm fine!
Oh, good. Yeah,
Oh, look
your
at
trusty
this.
bed was nearby. You're good.
The hills are not alive with the sound of music, they are in fact dead and buried. No joke, they actually put a lid over the crater their cannonade left, making Cub brave the darkness below to light it all up. We have 2 points of view of this highly choreographed bombardment, both with unique editing choices, plus B-Dubs' next video seems likely to have one more. No clips we can put here can do it justice. Visit their channels and don't try this at home. Impulse is very accustomed to the sight of pyramids at this point, and his base explodes with light and detail this week, after rigging up an unexpected sea pickle farm in an unoccupied recess of his base and adding accent color areas to the outsides.
Oh my goodness, I love this. And the best part is we still get to fly into the base. Look at that. Ooh, we gotta be careful though.
Joe Hills has a much more peaceful approach to terraforming as he expands his vineyard, and it's much easier to slow down and take things one step at a time when you're dedicated to only using iron tools from here on out. Even the diamonds he earns from completing Stressmonster's survey get thrown into the nearest fire, which makes Joe doubly grateful to Cubfan, who drops by looking to trade iron for coal, and to XB Crafted, who drops off a full beacon's worth as a reward for participating in the Hermit Hollows build contest.
Ooh. Well, that really fries my beacon. Look at this.
With the winners announced, the participants' footage can be released, and Vintage Beef reveals he was the architect of the 7-Eleven where XB buys all his tacos.
So yeah, everything looks pretty crazy. Nobody likes the lime slushy.
And Beef 2 admits that he needed iron more than he needed a beacon base, so his complimentary beacon is graciously received and then broken down for its component parts. He's also not hurting for diamonds, since Keralis and Azoom swing by the Spits to negotiate the purchase of 16 llamas, and Beef doubles down on the life of luxury by building a small marina within reach of his mansion and beach resort. XB Crafted has more beacon kits up his sleeves and is now selling them out of his redstone shop for 42 diamonds apiece. But the modern life is appealing to him as well, and with the apocalyptic theme of his base project, he decides it might be safer underground. Thus begins a modern surface build concealing an underground garage concealing a bunker, with colour-coded pathways to each area, hydroponic farms, and a water treatment plant. You can tell it's sanitary because there are fish living in it.
I just kind of want it to look like it's, taken it was taken care of at one point, even if it's not still taken care of because reasons.
Jevin plays a much more dangerous game. Having sniped false symmetry in the shopping district while out there to buy some Herald advertising, he scores Tag 2, The Wrath of Khan, but soon realizes that the paranoia coming with it is very much not worth it.
Guys, the heat for the tag is on, and people have been chasing me. Not really, it's in my mind. I'm losing it a little bit, so I want to trade the tag off.
To now get rid of it in style, Jevin grabs Hypno and Cubfan to put them in a sequence of bare fist skirmishes on a variety of arenas, so they have a chance to win a pile of diamonds. Want to know who went home with the prize? Tune in next time, or just watch Jevin's video for yourself, that's also an option. You'll get an extra treat of seeing him progress his mega base with bubble elevators, multi-smelters, and a whole new level of storage chests complete with redstone auto sorters. On a similar note, Hypno digs up a lot of space around his creeper farm to put an automated sugarcane farm in it. After all, you gotta wrap that gunpowder into fireworks, plus the paper will come in handy for librarian trading. As for above ground activities, Hypno starts building a more permanent settlement on one of his bigger islands, starting with a storage unit but quickly shifting into high gear for a pristine and modern looking house. There's big plans in the future for it, but unfortunately the blueprint is too much of a white print right now to have a proper tour of the premises.
But yeah, we have built up our walls here, and then we have a little bit of floor space. I mean, we could leave it like this, but it looks a little odd.
Now, minus the name tag and the target on her back, False focuses on two things, shaping her towering base into something more detailed, and snatching the green button from Doc, which she frames Keralis for. One of these just takes an invisibility potion, the other is much more complicated. I trust you can guess which one is which.
One question, what are you doing right now? Building my base? Fuming. Nice belt, Keralis, winky face, because he's just logged on.
Crowning the grey obelisk in a glowing orb, False decorates the sides with lighter accents, which in a way makes it look like a corrupted, darker version of the home rotunda from her previous season. There's something remarkably laser gun about it, and if that's the case, the sky is doomed. Working with a similar colour palette, Grian continues his own mega build, slowly but surely wrapping it around on the sides. The stairway decorations are mirrored, letting the build rest on the ground more naturally, and the mansion itself grows quite a bit. A similar fate awaits his shopping barge, though it is of course much less massive. Expansion doesn't stop at just bringing more wares either. The idea of a more direct market crosses his mind, and Grian collaborates with the very thing he swore to destroy, the pesky birds. Choosing Iskall as his first client/victim, he employs a surprisingly capable parrot to deploy a care package to the megatree. Iskall will still have to pay for the contents, but these leaves were gathered with care at least.
Now, if that is not a deal that entices our first targeted customer, then I don't know what.
The greenery in the meantime makes its way to the commercial district as Good Times with Scar starts work on his next big store, and while it sure looks like a herbarium, it might be selling horrors. What are no doubt Scar's relatives are peeking out of a broken down greenhouse on the shore of the mycelium land, where Scar promises to expand this store even if that means building more island into existence.
Out into the ocean a little bit, which leads me to a question for you. Do we have to pay for the land that is in the waters?
Luckily, he won't be running low on cash to pay for it, what with the head game's winnings accumulating themselves on his snail's face. Yeah, he forgot where he left them, then Grian accidentally stole them, then he gave them back, but made them into a beard. It was a whole thing. Rendog has been having a few sleepless nights on the server lately, although the phantom menace that's come to plague him is not the screechy flap-flap kind.
In this vast galaxy, there is only one reality for all who exist within it.
How exactly that's going to unfold is unclear for now, and it doesn't stop him discovering the button and becoming a blue belt for the first time since he studied under Tomato Yoshi. In other blue stuff news, logs are still selling like hotcakes, and he demonstrates his newly built quadra chopper in an instructional segment so you can operate it and still be OSHA compliant.
Do not press any buttons simultaneously, and please wait for the sound of the explosion before releasing the next TNT load. Any breach of this particular safety protocol will result in your job at Bigger Logs Incorporated being immediately terminated.
It's while he's building some quality of life features like bubble elevators and a minecart collection system for the stray logs that the mysterious aura seems to appear around him again. But the supernatural happenings on the server don't stop there, because at last we come to the tale of Doc M and BdoubleO. After BdoubleO was dispatched at the hands of False Symmetry during the height of the head games, he and Doc felt it was time to bury the hatchet, and together they rebuild the head of Mount Goatmore with horns even more epic than before. But Doc warns BdoubleO that he may need to make peace with the spirit of the goat itself, and after raising a shrine to the goat mother in a new island in the bay, Doc risks the first death of the series on the judgment of the goat.
Either the goat gives you the diamond wink, that means, hey, you're a cool guy, you know, officially inducted into the goat fellas, or the goat will say, die. So yeah, let's face the goat. Let's go, guys.
BDubs takes some time away while this altar is prepared, adding another epic yet tastefully colourful house to his plains biome. It's got everything a home should have: somewhere to sleep, a deck from which you can fish in the river, and a forbidding secret basement door that you must never open.
That's a secret. We do not go in there, okay? That's a place we don't go to.
But once construction is taken care of, he too must come face to face with the goat mother, and let's just say she is not entirely pleased.
Take me down! Give me— oh, it killed me! Oh no!
Now he and BDubs are on speaking terms again. Doc M has a new beef with Beef. Following on from the dolphin bait and switch last week, Doc takes artistic inspiration from Beef's cartoonish goat head built in his backyard and covers the entire head of Beef's llama shop with a scaled up replica of the same goat. But by this time, of course, Doc has discovered the button, and he is not the only one determined to get value from it, since Grian has already decided he wants one of every colour. But Doc has been watching it like a hawk while his various server mates troll him in whatever ways they can. I guess there's more than one way the guy could end up seeing red.
This thing will be the cause of war. The next person who snipes my button. I know it's for everybody, but come on.
And that's about it for this week's recap. Our writer is ZloyXP, and my name is Pixel Riffs. If you're up for more Nether mayhem, check out Zloy's animated music video for the new Pigstep music disc in this week's End Screen Theatre. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here, and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.